And that's what we think sometimes. If I start doing the good things, everything's going to morph into good things. If I'm doing the good things God asked me to do, then His responsibility is I'll do the good things. His responsibility is to keep good things happening to me. That's what we think. We feel like there's an agreement between us and heaven, that I'm going to do good things and then God's going to make things good for me. But that's not what this verse says. And let me tell you this, and this is something that you ought to make note of. God has determined and decided, you as His masterpiece, that you are going to demonstrate the goodness of God. Very often, it's in the worst of circumstances that you'll have to do that. Your problems, the difficulties you face in life, do not diminish the purpose that God created you for. Does not diminish the beauty in which you were created in. Does not diminish the image that you were created in. In fact, I would dare say this, and you won't hear this, the guys on TV who sell tons of books and you buy their CDs, they never say these kind of things. They tell you, do good things and good things are going to come your way and it's all going to be great. Everything's going to be happy. But I dare say this, very often, most often, the goodness of God is revealed when people trust God in the worst of circumstances. When your marriage is broken, yet you trust God anyway. God, I believe, is demonstrated and magnified in a greater way in those circumstances than when your marriage is everything's going good and everybody's happy. I think very often the testimony of God is screamed out through our lives when we lose our job, or we lose a loved one, or our marriage ends not the way we wanted it to. Yet we say, I will still trust God. And God has this. And I will still follow you, Lord. And all of a sudden, the people around you go, well, wait a second. Because I got problems like he's got. I got problems like she's got. But I don't have the joy he's got. I don't have the peace or the resolve or the confidence that she's got. That's where the world changes. See, you know what the world doesn't need? The world doesn't need the idea that you do a couple of good things and God's going to make things always good for you. What the world needs is for you to resolve that I'm going to serve God even in the midst of the most difficult days I've ever lived in. And it's in those moments, in those dark days, that you, the light of the earth, is on best display. And the true masterpiece of God's work is actually visible when the light of Jesus shines through you when you're on your darkest moments. What point in life do you need a light more? When all the lights are on and everything's good? Or when it's really dark?